Okay, so we're starting in Design Space, and the first part we're going to work on is the kind of the roof shingles that you're putting on top of the house. So we're going to go to Images right here on the left. In the search, you're going to type in scallop border. Press enter. Now we're going to move down and find the one we're going to use. This one right here. Click on it. Go to Insert Images. Now we're going to change the width to 8.5 inches. Let's go up here at the top here. You see it says size, the W for width, 8.5. Now we're going to remove half of the bottom. So we're going to do that by inserting a shape right here. Click on the square. Now we're going to unlock that square right here. Make it longer than our actual image. So it's wider than that. Now we're going to put it in the back so we can see where we're moving it. So right up here where it says arrange, you're going to click on that and click on send to back. See? So we can see where we're putting it. So you're going to put it about halfway. You're going to highlight all of it. Down here on the right, you're going to click on slice. Now you're going to get rid of all of that. Just exit out. And there we have it. This is our piece for our scalloped top. And now we're going to get the grass border that runs along the bottom of the doghouse. So go to Images here, click on it, and then we're going to type in, take out scallop border, and you're going to type in grass border. The first one is the one we're going to use. Choose it, and down here, insert images. Now we're going to change the width on this one to 7 inches. And we're going to do the same process with removing piece of the bottom. So insert the square again, unlock, change the width where it's wider than our image. Go at the top here to arrange, move it to the back. Now put it at the just about the middle. Move this up out the way. Highlight both. Slice. And we remove all of these. When you're removing it, you could just highlight all, or if you just rather just remove one by one, or you could have highlighted all of it and got rid of it together. So that's our grass border completed. And now we're going to create the arch for the doorway in the front of the doghouse. So we're going to go to Images here. Take out grass border, type in banner. And now, as you can see, we got a lot of results. So I'm going to scroll down to one that I know it's in the same set as the board banner that we need. So keep scrolling. Let me see something. Go back to images. It's still, yeah, okay. So you know what? That seems a little confused. We're going to cancel here. And I'm going to go back in again to images just so you don't get confused. So we're at the beginning. When you type in banner, these are the first 3 that come up. So this is where you need to be. Hopefully that didn't confuse you. So we're going to scroll. Keep scrolling. It isn't any of these yet. So for some reason, these banners, the name on most of them is banner. So it doesn't have a specific name, so we could just jump right to that one. Okay, so this one here, we're not going to choose it. We're going to click that little circle right here with the eye in the middle and go to View Image Sets. Now these are all the images that's in this set called Something to Celebrate, and it narrowed it down from a few thousand to 170 in this set. So we're going to scroll down on this one. Keep going until we find our little border right here that we're looking for. So it's this one. So you're going to insert image. Now we're just going to move these two over out of our way. You're going to swing this around so we're looking at it the way that we want to see it. Now if you're unsure if you have it straight when you turned it, just go up to rotate and just type in 180, because we spin that around 180 degrees. So now these two layers are together. We're going to ungroup it to separate them. So right over here on the right side at the top, you're going to click on ungroup. Now we have two different ones. So first thing I'm going to do is change the color. Right up here where it says line type and it has the color here, you click on that and you change it to black. And this one I'm going to change to yellow. Now yellow is the color we're going to cut. Black is just a base color that we're using this piece as our stencil. So the first thing we're going to do is change this size right here. You're going to unlock. Then we're going to go at the top where it says size. You're going to change the width to 3.57. And then the height, you're going to 5.35. And then we're going to change the width to 4.5. So these are the two sizes we're going to be working with. So now the black one, we're going to make a duplicate right up here at the top of the right here. You're going to duplicate that and put this one to the side. Now with these two, I want you to make this one a little bit smaller. Do not unlock. Keep it locked and just use this circle right here, the two little arrows. Go up just a little bit, just a few. See, so now right here we have it at 3.412 in width and 4.512 in height. You're going to line it up in the center of the yellow arch. What I want you to do, I'm going to zoom in so you can see, have it go down. See that? It's a little past, going closer. See that? The black is a little lower than the yellow, just to make sure we're not leaving a line, because this has to be an open arch. So I am going to zoom out again. So I'm changing our view right here at the bottom. See, it says 100%. You could go in closer if you want, and you can zoom out here as well. So we're going to highlight these two pieces that we lined up together, and go to the right side at the bottom and slice. So we're getting rid of this, getting rid of that, and that little line too. Now we have an open arch. So this is everything here. You're going to now duplicate this. We need 4 pieces. So we're going to do 3 more. That made 4. And up here we need 10 of these. These are actually going to cut in blue. So if you want to change it to blue just ahead of time so you see and remember, you can do that. So we're going to duplicate and get 10 pieces. There you go. And then save. You can save it as doghouse, whatever you want to save it as. I'm going to save it as doghouse. Click on save. Now make sure you choose what machine you're using. I'm using the Maker today. Go to Make It. Now you see this is a small piece. You can use 8.5 by 11 to cut that. 8.5 by 11 page to cut that too. And for these you'll need a 12 by 12 cardstock. And then when you go to continue, It's just reading my machine. We're using the 65-pound cardstock right now, but I usually try to set it as something a little lighter. None of my favorites are chosen here. So you can use like the 80-pound medium cardstock, or you can go to Browse Material, find the cardstock. I'll keep scrolling until I get to cardstock. Iron on. Did I pass it? I think I went too fast, guys. Yeah, so cardstock is here. You can use the medium or the heavy, whichever. I like to use something heavier than what the paper actually is. And go. Then we're going to cut all these pieces and then take it to the house and put them on. Oh, no, quit, don't quit. Okay, we're going to start with purchasing our characters. So we're going to go to Etsy.com. We're going to type in Paw Patrol Clip Art. And then we're going to wait for our search results. So here we go. So you just choose which one you like the best. So I purchased one like this with the characters, the different shield, the logo, and a few other things. See, they have a few different stuff here. And I also purchased ones you want, then save them to the computer. Then we're going to head back to Design Space. I'll show you how to upload them and the size you need to change them to. All right, so one just purchased. You go up here where your name U is right there. You click on that drop down and go to your purchases and reviews. It'll take you here. I had to scroll down because I purchased this a while ago. So this is what we purchased for this. You go to download files, click on it, and it'll take you to the shop where you purchased it from, and click on download. Now, what you purchase is going to download to your computer. So you went right here to my downloads. Then I'll take you back to Design Space and show you how you'll get your image from your downloads onto here. Now we're back in Design Space. We're going to go over here to the left to upload. Go to upload images. This is everything once you upload something, all your reasons will be here. You're going to go to browse. Then you go to downloads. And the images you just downloaded will be here. And also, once you're done, you want to just organize all of your images together. Take them out of downloads, sort them out into separate folders. So now we're going to find what we just downloaded. And it should be this one that says Paw Patrol. Cuts, we're using the PNG because we're doing print and cut. So we'll just choose a character. I'll choose this one. Go to open. And the background is already removed for us. Click on complete. Continue. Now you can zoom out to see the image. Go to continue again. And it's here. Now we're saving, obviously it's print and cut because this is a PNG. If you do a cut, it'll just be the outline. You could just change the name to what you want to save it to. I'll save it as Paw Patrol because I don't know these character names. Save. And now you're going to do the same And remember the alphabet that I said I purchased? I put those on the side of the house. It's up to you what you want to put on the side of the house. So I'm going to go over to documents where I have everything organized. Go to my images. Characters. I already have these organized, so you can do that. It's easier for me to find what I need. And I believe, is this the one? No. I want this one. I'm just going to find the logo that I want to use. And it's this one. Now with this logo that I have here, it has a white background. So anything you have with a background, it can be removed in Design Space before, well, in this area where you first upload it before you put it in Design Space. So you want to click on the little wand over here and click the white area and it's removed. Go to Continue. See, and our logo is saved. So I'll change that to Paw Patrol logo and save it. And I just want to go get my the alphabet that I told you guys to purchase. Now this has pink, this has blue, and I'll use the caps. So I'll choose the letter C. Same process, go to complex, continue. If you want to see what you're looking at here, you can just zoom out and see it doesn't have the background. Continue. And just save it as the letter C. Now you can use 2 if you want the same thing, just duplicate. I'll just choose another letter. Let's choose D for the other side of the house. Continue. Save it as D. And now we have all of our images ready. So choose all 4 of them, insert them into Design Space. Then once they're in there, we're going to size it, send it to print and cut, and then we're going to add it to our house. Okay, so we're back in Design Space with our images. So I'm going to zoom out so we can see. Now the letters, we can do them either 3 or 4 inches in height. I'll do 3 for now. You could just measure your box and see if you want it a little bigger. 3 inch in height. Now for the logo, I'm going to do 3 inches in the width. And for our little character here, I'm going to make him 2.5 inches in height. Now that we have all them sized, you're going to go to save. Don't do save as unless you... Okay, now we are ready to print our images. So don't forget, you're choosing the machine you're using. I'm using the Maker today. Go to Make It. And we're just focusing on our one sheet right here for the print and cut project. So I'm using 110-pound cardstock, white cardstock that I purchased from Michael's. You're going to go to Continue. Send to Printer. Now when I'm printing, I only print from my computer because this Use System dialog option here, it doesn't come up on your phone or your tablet, only when you're using your computer. So I turned that on, and this little notification here is telling you after clicking print, your print dialog may appear behind the Design Space application. So when we print, we'll have to just move this and it'll show up behind there. So I'm using the Epson Workforce 7720 because it has a rear feeder that can handle the thick cardstock. So I'm going to go print. And then after a few seconds, the dialog box will show up right behind Design Space. So we're going to see how long it takes to pop up. There we go. So we go to Feed From, and I'm going to choose the rear feeder, then Heavyweight Paper, and go to Best and press Print. Now, while it's printing, I'm going to go back to Design Space here. Now with the 110-pound cardstock, I don't choose a cardstock option for cutting. I use glitter cardstock. So we're going to go down to cardstock here and choose glitter cardstock, and also put the star so that it's in my favorites. Now we're going to put that on the mat once it prints out, cut it, and then we're going to finish up our doghouse. Okay, so we're going to start with our box, which is 12 by 6 by 6 that I purchased from Staples. So it doesn't matter which side you use because we're covering this entire box. So the first step, we're going to cut off all 4 pieces on this side. So get your scissors and get cutting. Try to get it as straight as possible because it's going to stand on this side. Not bad. Bend it like this so that this piece. And just cut along the fold. It's kind of hard to get in there. Let me face it this way. There we go. Just bend the piece out of your way and then cut. And the last piece. So it's going to stand there. Now these 2 pieces have to come together, but you see they're too short. So what we're going to do is we're going to extend it. These are other pieces. With the pieces we use that we cut off. So if you bend it a little, I want it to hit just about here. So you're going to put it more than halfway. So right here is just about half of the size. Just bring it down a little. So hold it right here. And then you're going to just staple this on. See, now it's a little higher. Yeah. Now we're gonna do the same with this side, and it doesn't matter which way it faces. Extend it so that they can come together. Hold on, let me see. Did I do that too low? If you hold it up here, yeah. Okay, so we're going to put this around the middle. I had a staple in it from before. I'm just gonna take that. You guys wanna have that. This is the piece we cut off at the bottom. You're gonna put it just about a little under halfway and staple it on there. Now this one, take the piece we cut from the bottom that equals the same length, put it just about halfway. See? So when it meets, it's high enough. Staple it. So I'm just gonna go over that again. So we already cut off the bottom. The length that we cut off the bottom, we're stapling on the top pieces so that when they come together, see? It's long enough now to come together to form the top of the house. See that? It doesn't matter which direction you put it on because we're gonna cover the entire box. So now we're going to get the glue gun and glue these pieces together. Okay, so we're a little closer now. We're going to glue the top closed. So you're going to get the glue gun and put the glue going straight across there. And if it drips, it's okay, because we're not seeing any of this, because it'll all be covered. Put a good amount. Put a little extra over here. Now you're going to put this right underneath. You're going to glue them. See where I glued it? So we're going to hold that still until it's dry. I don't want this piece sliding. I want it right at the end. Hold them together until they're completely dry. If you're a little nervous and think it won't stay, you can add some more glue. Like right along here. It's not hot anymore. And I'll show you. So I'm just pressing it closer, just to make sure it's together. See? So now this is done. So this is what we're gonna do now. We're gonna lay it down, and then you can take your scissors and just make a line on that piece down there. Again here. So basically we did that. See? And then bend it where you made that line. Now that you bend it, you're gonna bend it all the way in and shove that in there, like that. And then we're gonna glue again. See? When you do that, because we're shoving it all the way in, it opens this up a little bit. So what we're gonna do, bend right there. You're gonna put the glue along where you bent it, where you made that fold. We're gonna push it in. And hold it all there. Now go in and just add some extra glue. Remember, this could be as messy as possible. We're covering it all up. So hold it all together. And we're gonna be holding this for a little while until it completely dries. So what you can do, hold that there with one hand. And if you want, if you're a little impatient, I'm usually very impatient. Let me just pull this here and show you guys. And I'll just use something to fan it so it could dry a little quicker. Then we're going to switch over to the other side and do the same. Lay it down. Use the scissors to create a line. Bend that in. Make sure it fits. Come back. Put our glue right at the tip. And push that baby in there. And just hold it there until it dries. This little piece right here, I am going to add some glue right on the edge because I didn't see enough there. So I'm just gonna hold that still until it dries. You don't have to wait till it's fully dry. Once it's halfway dry, you can let it go and it'll hold in place. If you're a little scared, hold it there, fan it until it's fully dried. And we are done with our shape. See that? Just hold it some more so it can dry. Let me pan away so you guys can see. So we have our shape of the house. Now we're gonna move on to creating the opening of the door and then covering and decorating our doghouse. Now we're gonna create our entrance with that piece, the inner piece. Line it up where you want it. Let's get a little closer. So line up where you want it on the house. Then we're going to trace that shape right there. And then we're going to get our little knife or whatever you call it. And we're gonna dig in here and cut. If you want, you can start with the scissors just for this piece. And then when you get to the top, you stop and use your X-Acto knife and do the round piece. So I'm gonna open a new one. So this one is the Cricut brand, so I'm just going to use a new blade just to make sure that it's sharp. Why am I not? It doesn't want to participate. Hold on. Okay, so that's what I was doing wrong. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see. So that was locked. I'm just going to unlock it, push it, and remove it. And just stick it on there while I'm holding it down and pull out the new one and then lock it back. So I'm going to cut and we have our doorway cut. Now we are going to cover, let me pull it back. We're gonna cover this. So I chose to use red. We're using 8.5 by 11 cardstock. We're gonna line it up and then we're just gonna glue this down. For the entrance, you're just gonna feel right here and cut it. But I want to glue this down first. So this is what I'm gonna do. Put the glue on these edges here. If you feel like you can't work that fast, start from the bottom up. So we're gonna line it up and press it down. Now you just, my glue gun is very hot. I don't know why I don't. See, so this part is glued down. We're gonna get to the top and do the same, just glue it. And press it, see that? So this is what we're looking at. Now, right where the line of this house is, see that right there? Just draw a little line right here going out. Same on this side. So it's right where the fold of the house is. We're just making that line right there, coming all the way out. See that? Then you're gonna take your scissors and just snip it. Same on the next side. Snip that line. So now we have this piece here. We're just going to bend it in. You can crease it. Now put the glue on there. And press it down against the side of the house. Same for the other side. So this is what the front looks like right now. Now the top of the house is, we're gonna do the same. Draw the line. We're going to take our scissors, see that, and cut right there to the tip. So basically we have the pieces to go down here. And as you see how they kind of stick together here? Take the scissors and just snip a little triangle off. Same on this side. See, now you can bend against the house. Don't snip the top yet. We still have this the same way. So this will go like this. See that? But you don't need all of this excess. So just cut it off. We don't need all that paper. Now what you're gonna do, you're gonna put the glue right along here. You see that? Bend it back. And hold it still, because remember the top of the house is 2 layers. One here is deeper, a little deeper than the other. See that? So just hold it down until it dries. So now the front of the house, you see we're shaping out. See that? We're shaping out. All right, we still have that little piece. Just snip that right off. Now we have one side left. Just cut off that. Doesn't matter how much, just leave a little bit so that we can bend it to the shape of the house there. So again, put the glue on the house itself. 2 strips. If you're using this glue gun, remember this gets really hot. See that? Bend it against the house, press it against the 2 layers. I got some on my fingers. There we go. We just have that little tip hanging off the top. So we're going to snip it like we did the other side. And now we have the front of the house covered. See that? So here now, if you want to do it from the inside, don't have it rested on your desk, rest it on something, so if you cut through, we're just going to go inside here and cut the paper. So we probably need to get a little closer. Go down. All right, so right in there. And you just line it against the shape of the house. Get as close as you can, but it doesn't necessarily have to be perfect because we're gonna put a little doorway. Or if you wanna get it not too close and then pull it off and then turn the house over, I'll show you. Turn the house over and you could come in a little closer if you want. See the line there? It's a little further out. You could just take the scissors, maybe clip that part. Now when you have it forward, this is sharp enough to just go in right on the edge. See that? And you cut your doorway. Now remember, it doesn't have to be perfect because we're gonna put something right along the edge there. Okay, so now we're going to repeat the same thing for the back, except we don't have that window to cut out. So we'll go under here. Same thing. So if you want to just start from the bottom, then line up your cardstock on there. If you think that covering the whole thing is too much, you can just do it piece by piece just to make sure you get it straight. I'll do the whole entire house. Lay it down. Now these lines, that's because the glue gun is that hot that it shows through the paper. Once it cools down, the paper turns back the same color. So we're gonna repeat bend. Or you don't have to bend, you can do the line first. Don't forget that line, because that's where we're cutting. Cut the line. Cut the line. And we glue that side down. The line wasn't even too straight. You could just line up your scissors. Don't forget your little triangle for that piece. Same here. And then, you don't need all that extra, just fold over. Glue that down. Cut off the little edge at the top. So we have our front and our back. The next step will be to cover the sides. So we're gonna move on to that part. So we have another sheet of paper. This is the 8.5/11. You're gonna line it up with the line right here, right to the edge. Then you're gonna do the same here and bend this right here. I'm gonna do it 2 times just so I can show you the 2 different ways you can cut that bent edge. All right, so here's the 2 ways. You can use the scissors and cut it by hand as straight as you can. Honestly, I don't trust myself to cut it straight enough. If you're really good with scissors, and then we will line it up and stick it on there. It wasn't too bad. What I would do is the straight part that's already used, I would have towards the front of the house, here, and then the part you cut facing toward the back. Now, for a straighter cut, I would use a paper trimmer, stick it through, and line it up right where you bent it. Make sure it's straight. Right where you fold your fold is. And you see, we have a straight cut. So we're just gonna glue that on to the side of our house. See that? Right here. Bend here, we don't need the excess. Now when you're bending at the tip here, if you wanna use your hand, it's fine because you're not going to see this line. But what I would do is right where it's bent, don't cut it there. Go up a little bit further so we can just glue that down. Remember, we're not seeing this, but if you prefer the paper trimmer, you can use it. So let's glue that piece down. Put your hand to kind of level it so it's straight. That's how I kind of measure where I'm at. See that? The little tip here, I'll put glue right along that bent piece. I don't want any glue coming towards the front, really, if I could avoid that, and bend it on here. So you just hold that with the curve of the house. Now, if you did this and then you flip it over and you notice it's a little bit out more than you want, you could just take the scissors and trim it. See? See this piece right here? You're not really gonna see, but when you're looking from the front, you don't really see it. I would want that little piece off, so I would just trim from that fold. All right, so we're covered. And let's get the other side done. Same process. We're measuring. Fold right where I want it. Put it in the paper trimmer. Hang that fold right over the edge of the paper trimmer. And there we have it. Let's glue this piece down. I have to get another glue stick. Make sure I have the right piece. Okay. Bring it down, line it up. And that's going to be bent there. Cut off some just for that bent piece that we're going to glue. Remember, no one's seeing that, so it does not have to be perfect. Glue that on there. All right, so now the side is covered. The back is covered. The other side is covered. And the front is covered. And remember, if you're seeing those orange lines from the glue gun, that's because the glue gun was extremely hot. The glue gun that I use gets really, really hot. And we're done with covering. Now it's time to decorate the ceiling. Our grass along the edge. And whatever design we're putting on the front. And don't forget our little opening, a little doorway here. We're gonna do that as well. All right, so we cut our pieces. We're going to start with our doorway. So we measured it already. See? So it covers up that area. So we're going to take the glue gun, put our glue, don't put too thick. I hope that wasn't too thick. A thin layer, guys, right around the edge. And we're going to lay that bad boy right there. See that? Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so we have our doorway area. Our little grass edges, we're going to just lay it here and just measure it up, bend it. See, and we're gonna glue it. So I don't want to glue this area first. I want to glue the side first just to make sure it's straight. So I'm going to hold that. Just to make sure that is straight. So that, then and we're going to do the same on this side. And now you can either continue if you want to overlap it, however you want to do it, and just glue the rest going along. Just line it up. Just the loose glue strings hanging. We're going to do the same here. Now here, you can either stop and cut it or keep going. I'm gonna just let it overlap. See that? And now we have the top. We're going to take the pieces and we're going to glue them like that. And we're going to layer them. Let me see if it's better this way. So that little piece, you're going to make it, you see, if you put it too high, you're going to see the box. So you're going to put it where it's covered completely by the red piece. That's that little flap, you just bring it down. See that? I'm not putting close to the end or close to the end. It's going to be a little in. And glue it straight there. You see it comes out a little, so you don't want to put glue on those areas. See, mine went out a little. Take another piece, leave a little space, so you could just measure and see where you can put it, where you're not seeing underneath. And make sure you line it up with the one right under it. Again. Well, this one, let me just show you. Where I put the glue came higher than that piece. So if that happens to you, just put the glue on the part. So when you line it up, regardless of where it hits, it's glued in place. See? And the next one, we're going to glue it on the inner box there. Sorry about that. That is what's going on outside in the background. So you press it down. And the top layer, you can do the same, just glue it first. And position it where you want it. It's gonna be, the way I have it's a little higher. And we're almost done with the top of the house. Just take those extra strings hanging from the gun. And now the next side. If you want to just, you can just glue the box each time. I would press, make sure you press this in, because remember the box, because we extended the top, it's 2 different layers. Now this last one is going to press like up against here. So if you want to put the glue on here, right on the edge of the house, and some in here too, just in case you press it in. So let's see how that goes. You don't need to. So right on the edge is fine. I want to move this out to match up. See that? We have our roofing. Now the only thing left for you to do is fully decorate. Now you can put a little logo here. You could put a character here, a number here. We're gonna cut a few items and put them each on there. And what I use is print and cut. Unless you want to do a layered shape, then you could do just a regular cut from cardstock. So there we have the fully house, decorated house, doll house. And it would stand up like that. Okay, once it's printed, this is how it looks on the sheet. we're going to place it on our mat, lined up with the white line. Use our brayer just to press it down a little easier. Line it up. And then allow it to... All right, so our image is printed out. And before I go on, I just wanted to say I didn't show the brayer in the last video. This is what it looks like from Cricut. So now we're just taking... So I like to just fold it and kind of peel the mat off from our image. So I'm going to use the foam circles just to give it a little dimension as we put it on the actual house. So we're going to flip him over. See, he's going to stand right at the little corner of the house. So we're going to take one of these. We'll do two. One close to the bottom, one at the top. And we're just gonna put him right here. Now for the logo, it's the same thing, just flip it over. And I like to get at least 4 corners. Here and here. And we place it right in the center. See that? So the front of the house here, decorate. Now we're going to the side, and that's going to be our letters. So you can just put it and the other side. Let me knock that over. If you want, you can put the letter, the initial of the guest of honor's name, and then the other side you could put the number to represent the age. And there you have it. Our little doghouse has been fully decorated.